Welcome back to the show. Let's talk to Scott Grant. He is a director of London South East. Scott, very good morning to you.
Morning, Nick.
Right, let's cut to the slide you've prepared. Most traded via London South East Trading. 5 stocks that I've done a little bit of homework on. Why are these so popular generally at the moment?
Yeah, it was just the key thing I was coming out with today is the fact we've had a little bit of all change on that. I say all change, it's 4 out of 5. We've had a number of weeks where that's been quite a stable table, as it were, that you can see. And then we've had a lot of change. 4 stocks have actually come into the most traded. The one I was actually going to look at was Red Centric.
Yep.
You would think it's sort of counterintuitive argument, actually. They've had accounting problems and issues, but I guess private investors are actually seeing that as a buy because they came out of an RNS which said that they're actually addressing these issues with some of the bigger accountancy firms trying to get their shop in order. And as I say, being now number 1 on the most traded via London South East Trading, I think investors are seeing that as an opportunity. As at close of market on the 15th of November, their share price was 85.25 pence. So as I said, it clearly is not an absolute penny share and something that private investors are obviously seeing a bit of mileage in now. They're getting their house in order.
Well, I've noted that the shares are actually down something in the order of 50% on the year now, but they've had a 20% rebound. Whenever there's sort of accounting issues, dare I say, it's a little bit sort of, well, you're taking a bit of a larger risk trying to find a bottom on that in case further stuff comes out, I guess.
Yeah, and I think with some of the visitors to our site, and certainly the more vocal ones that possibly are more on the chat boards and the like, they're looking for the old-fashioned phrase, the multi-bagger, the one that's got the real potential, so that you're going to see a share price. I've got actually one in a minute to mention as well that goes up 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Understood.
What else on your list? Have you got thoughts on?
Yeah, I wanted to mention our Share Views programme, which Zach Meir kindly hosts for us. We've still got last week's up. If you look at our YouTube channel, which is /LSE Co UK, it's got over 1,700 views on it now. It was Neil Ritson from Solo Oil and Jay from Aminex talking about how the companies support each other, their Tanzanian projects, and their thoughts on the future. This week, we've got the 2 Toms, Tom and Tom from Syndicate Room. They're talking about their new watch list product, and also they've got a big event on the 24th in London where Jim Mellon is presenting, and I'm pleased to say that we're a co-sponsor of that, so that's fantastic. So that's our Share Views programme. Looking on our site at the most discussed shares and our most chatted about shares, number 4 in the most traded is Mosman Oil and Gas, and it's also number 4 in the most discussed.
Right.
They released an RNS on the 9th of November, so we're talking here about possibly what's hot. The RNS on the 9th of November spoke of an 80% acquisition of the Pine Mills oil field in Texas. Yep. As a result of that, their share price nearly quadrupled. So I mentioned a few moments ago about the multi-bagger. That's a really good example from an RNS there. Their share price closed yesterday at 1.75 pence.
Understood. Yeah, I saw that acquisition as a headline. In terms of Prospect Oil, PXOG, again, there was some corporate news in Poland, from what I understand.
Yeah, again, very, very popular on our site. And I must admit, I haven't actually caught up with that.
Right. Okay.
But as I say, yeah, very, very popular, always up on the top chatted about, the top traded PXOG. And as you say, just again, the news stream makes it even more interesting for people to follow.
Right. And finally, out of that one, Cloud Tag, and this is all about fitness and personal health, which obviously we'll try and get Zach to get involved in at some point. But yes. I read recently that in terms of some of these sort of fitness gizmos, don't actually help you lose weight.
No, I think some of them, perhaps people put too much pressure on themselves almost, and these things, to strap something to your wrist and say you do 10,000 steps every single day, I think some would argue that it's actually a little bit demotivating, or if you fall off the wagon for a day, it doesn't actually help. But as you say, Cloud Tag have been riding the wave. They've been our most traded share for a number of weeks now. As I said, it's been all changed this week, but clearly there's a good market there. But you've got the competition, of course, with people like Apple and Apple's Watch. Okay, well, we've run out of time now. As always, Scott, thanks for taking time out for the Tip TV crowd. We'll talk to you same time next week. Right, let's take a very quick break and then we'll be straight back. Thank you.